Chapter 33. Day 9. Adelmo laid still for a brief moment as Lana rose from her seat, suddenly aware that the plane had landed and passengers were beginning to disembark. Her heart raced with anticipation as she eagerly planned to surprise Adelmo at his hotel room. Stepped off the plane, she swiftly navigated her way through the bustling crowd towards the taxi stand, eager to reach her destination and execute her surprise plan. As Adelmo rose from his bed and began to prepare for the day ahead, he gazed out the window only to be met with the grim sight of blood and bodies strewn about the area. The lack of cleanup during the night left him in a state of shock, wondering how things are typically handled in this unfamiliar place. The eerie scene outside served as a stark reminder of the events that transpired, setting a somber tone for the day ahead. As he noticed Sierra stirring awake, he took a moment to assess her condition. She then spoke up, expressing her gratitude by saying, "I feel much better, thank you." Adelmo, deep in thought, ponders his next steps, realizing that he can't simply turn her away since she has no family to rely on. Contemplating the situation, Adelmo acknowledged that he would need to come up with a plan as time went by. The responsibility of caring for someone without any support system weighed heavily on his mind, but he was determined to find a solution that would ensure the girl's well-being in the long run. As the cab carried Lana began to navigate through the bustling streets towards the hotel, a chilling sight unfolded before their eyes. The once vibrant cityscape now resembled a haunting battlefield, with lifeless bodies strewn across the pavement and crimson trails of blood painted a gruesome picture. Lana's eyes widened in shock and confusion. Her mind raced to comprehend the horrors that had befallen this place. With a mix of revulsion and disbelief, she hastily settled the fare with the driver and stepped out of the cab, unable to bear the macabre scene any longer. However, just as the cab sped away, an unexpected terror descended upon her. A zombie lunged toward Lana, its grotesque appearance and insatiable hunger for flesh sent a bone-chilling scream escaping from her lips. Adelmo's ears were pierced by a blood-curdling scream, jolting him into immediate action. Without a second thought, he bolted toward the source of the sound. His instincts took over. With lightning speed, he reached the girl and firmly grasped the assailant's head, wrenching it away from her. In a horrifying twist of events, he felt the sickening snap of bones and the tearing of muscles as he forcefully twisted the neck. With a determined grip on the decapitated head, he swiftly discarded the lifeless body onto the ground, ensured it would never move again. The gruesome scene was accompanied by a spray of blood, as the head separated from the body, left no doubt that the threat had been neutralized. With a swift motion, Adelmo seized the girl's arm and urgently urged her, "Hurry, come inside." As they stepped into safety, Adelmo's eyes widened in disbelief as he recognized Lana standing before him. He can't help but rub his eyes, questioning if this is all just a dream. Overwhelmed with joy, he pulled her into a warm embrace and anxiously inquired, "What on earth are you doing here? It's far too perilous for you to be in this place." "You know, I was aware of the dangers, but I couldn't shake off this weird sensation that crept up on me while I was waiting for you to return home." Adelmo's expression turned puzzled as he inquired, "What sort of strange feelings were you experiencing?" Lana explained, "Sometimes my heart starts racing unexpectedly, and it's as if my intuition is trying to tell me that something is happening to you during those moments. Although I can't fully comprehend what's going on, if my instincts are correct, I genuinely want to be present and experience it firsthand rather than relying solely on my intuition." Adelmo suggests, "Why don't we find a place to sit down? I feel the need to share with you what my grandfather mentioned during our recent phone conversation. But before I do, there's something else I need to tell you." Lana's anxiety level skyrocketed as she remained clueless about what Adelmo was going to say next. With a trembling voice, she inquired, "Why can't we enter your room?" "There's a girl inside," hit Lana like a ton of bricks, caused her heart to plummet. She gazed at the floor, desperately trying to hold back tears, felt a wave of emotions washing over her. Adelmo noticed Lana's distress and gently reached out to her, placed his hand under her chin to lift her head. As he did so, he saw a tear forming in her left eye, on the verge of rolling down her cheek. The tender gesture from Adelmo showed his concern for Lana's feelings, offering her a sense of comfort and support in that vulnerable moment. Adelmo reassured Lana, "Please try not to cry. It's not as bad as you think. I promise." This teenage girl was in a difficult situation. She lost her family while they were on vacation, and she is quite badly injured. To be completely honest, now that she is beginning to recover, I am at a loss as to what to do next. Lana's heartache slowly dissipated as she gained an understanding of the girl's circumstances and began to feel a sense of concern for her well-being. Eager to uncover more about the girl, Lana inquired, "So, what's the name of this intriguing girl?" Adelmo, his voice filled with anticipation, responded, "Her name is Sierra, and surprisingly enough, she hails from Baton Rouge." Lana, a glimmer of excitement in her eyes, exclaimed, "Well, that certainly adds a touch of convenience once we're back home." Adelmo, his tone laced with concern, added, "Yeah, I don't know much more than that, unfortunately. She's just been through a lot, and I didn't want to overwhelm her with additional stress." Lana, her compassion evident, sympathized. "That poor girl will find a way to help her later. By the way, what did your grandfather mention? I'm all ears."